Libra. My name is Audrey Alison. Thanks for joining me for your April 2017 forecast for the month. It is a month of retrogrades, so let's get into it. On the 2nd of April, we have Venus, who's retrograding deeper into the sign of Pisces, and she's been retrograde since the 4th of March. And she's going deeper into the 6th house for Libra through April 15th, direct at 26 degrees of Pisces on the 15th. This has you reviewing your health and your daily routine and maybe the schedule for commitment to daily health and regimen. Venus wants you looking your best and smoothing over this sector that she touches, and she's falling in the regimen of commitment to physical activity, to the work commitment that you have, and this could even randomly see some female pets come into the picture, because Venus ruling the feminine and the 6th house of pets could apply to that definition. Venus is about aesthetics and beauty. So health regimens that could range from anything from exfoliation of the skin to, manicures and treating the body like the temple it is what's up there. On the 6th of April, Saturn retrogrades at 27 degrees of Sagittarius through August 25th in your 3rd house of communications. So Saturn, having been here 2.5 years already, leaves Sagittarius in December this year, 21st of 2017, and won't be back in your 3rd house for another 30 years. So what's happening is there are lessons in Libra's communication style for the last 3 years. This really finalizing in this retrograde, because Libra has now perfected what not to say just as much as what they've perfected to say. And Saturn is restriction and limitation, so Libra is withholding at times message and information for good reason. And I think this is a skill that you are honing in on, especially through August of this year, August 25th. On the 9th, Mercury retrogrades, so we've got tons of personal planet retrogrades at 4 degrees of Taurus in the 8th house of sex and intimacy through May 3rd, going direct at 24 degrees of Aries in the 7th house. So Libra, your intimate relationships are being either discussed, reviewed, assessed, communicated about, but you're having some, what's the word? Struggle? Maybe misunderstanding. You're not being understood correctly, or you're not expressing what it is you truly feel. Maybe this is about your sexuality as well in the 8th house, because that governs all of that. Sex itself, but the intimacy arena, your sexuality, what your secrets are, what you keep to yourself, your privacy. This is all coming undone a little bit with Mercury going reverse through this area. It wants you to get everything out. Allow your intimate connections to fully either have knowledge to or understand is the word. Have them understand you clearly, for those of you in relationship. For those of you not, this could apply to the review of your shared resources. It could actually apply to the shared resources for those of you in relationship too. But the 8th house is other people's money, and who's investing in you, Libra? Who's investing in you? You're going over that with a fine-tooth comb. Now on the 11th, we have our full moon, and this is your full moon. It's the only one you'll get this year at 21 degrees of Libra. That's my favorite number, 21. 21 degrees of Libra in the 1st house. This full moon is conjunct Jupiter, who's retrograde in your 1st house. So Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Mercury, and eventually Pluto, all retrograde in April. Full moon brings closure and an ending to something. In the 1st house, you are done with something. And Jupiter is seeing that in a big way. It could be anything applying to the body, maybe a bad habit. It could actually be something that you are keeping to yourself, is how I feel. Something private that you're no longer participating in. On the 19th, the sun enters Taurus. So this is the 8th house, conjunct that Mercury retrograde. Intimacy, your sex. The sun is shining in this area, so it's time for Libra to open up. And if anything's being kept within, I think Mercury is going to pull it out of you, the communication planet. Like, you need to talk about this. So it's going to apply to every Libra differently. And please watch your ascendant and your moon sign for a full scope of the month to see how it all applies to you. On the 20th, Pluto is retrograding at 19 degrees of Capricorn, where he's been stationed for over a decade, in the 4th house of home and mother. A lot of intense connections with Librans and their mothers through September 28th. Also, the intensity to get in the right environment. Something's telling me Libra might not be fully settled, or there's just an intensity to where you're living. Either you can't live without the place, or you're not settled yet in the place you're living. Again, applies very differently, but there's a theme around the 4th house of the 4 walls you are sleeping in, your foundation, your roots. Where are you settling your roots is the question for Libra. On the 21st, Mars, oh, I love this, Mars enters Gemini on the 21st through June 4th. And this is going to ignite, Mars, ignite and inspire, which is Mars, stamina, energy, drive, passion, will, determination in the 9th house, education, politics, long-distance travel, although not recommended until Mercury's direct on the 3rd of May, but it's still inspiring the thought process, inspiring you to take action through June 4th, long-distance travel, metaphysical areas. The 9th house governs astrology and things that are in the metaphysical, the tarot, and the spiritual. You know, the first religions we had before we got deterred by corporation and money. The first religion is astrology. Anyway, Mars in the 9th I love because it's action in a very, what's the right word? Explorative sector. I love that there's energy to what you're studying, because anyone who needs certification or licenses can handle their business when Mars is in here. On the 26th, the new moon at 6 degrees of Taurus in this 8th house, there's a lot going on with Libra and your intimate connections or other people's money or investments or settlements in the 8th house. Some settlements are coming in around the 26th for Libra. And the new moon is a time to focus on fresh starts in the area it touches, so new intimacy. Other people's money. Do you need investors? Now's the time to focus on that for the 26th. 2.5 days before and 2.5 days after the new moon. On the 28th, Venus enters Aries in the 7th house through June 6th. This is excellent for Libra. Aries is your polar opposite sign. A lot of Librans are trying to marry this year or trying to set up their arrangement for that. Venus entering Aries is no exception. The planet of love in the section of relationship. It's beautiful for Libra. Could definitely see some engagements happen April 28th through June 6th. Now, for those of you not in relationship, Venus could see you attract the right partner to you. Venus is our most attracting planet. And this is in the area where you're meeting soulmates, Libra. So for those of you who aren't in relationship, or maybe you're in relationship and you're not feeling it, you've got other options here with Venus heading into the relationship sector, the soulmate sector. So it's better to have more options than none, huh? All right, let's get to the cards. I'm shuffling the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and I wanted to tell you, here are your 4 cards. I am teaching an online tarot course, and I just finished writing and publishing my first e-course, and the link is below in the description area. It should say something like seekingblissonline.com, and the course is something that I put my heart and soul into. It's a sneak peek as to how I deal with the tarot, how I connect with it, how I clear my cards, how I connect mind, body, and soul to the tarot. So if you're interested, take a look at that and sign up, because it's an open course and there's no registration deadline. It is open forever. It's open forever, and you can sign up at any time, no pressure. Okay, first card for Libra. 5 of coins. I have to plug my battery in, and I'm just noticing this. So, you know what, Libra? I apologize, but I'll be right back, and it's better that I do this before the tarot reading than after. So just give me 1 second. Hi, I'm back. So this is your card, the 5 of coins. And although it's a card of money and security, it really suggests that you think something is missing. The 5 of coins isn't the happiest in terms of security. It doesn't have to really relate to finances, but how secure are you feeling? There's a lot of depictions of this card, and one of my favorites is on the New Palladini deck, where there's a family walking in the snow past a church, and they're hungry, and they don't see that the church has, their lights on, and there's a fire in the church, there's warmth, but they're too busy looking down and in the snow and focused on what it is they don't have, that they can't see what's right in front of them or right to the side of them. So something might be missing, but you're not paying attention to what it is. Let's see, what else comes up? Oh, well, this is probably the best card in the deck next to the sun, the World. This has all of the fixed signs on it. Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and then Scorpio is ruled by the eagle as well as the scorpion. So the fixed signs and the World, it's saying, you've accumulated this perfect circle. Oh, to the world, you might have everything. And you're trying to accumulate this perfectness, but something might be missing. Let's see what comes up. There's a few more. There's 3 more cards. Ooh, Chariot. This is a card of Cancer in the tarot, the sign of Cancer. But it's movement and it is victory. Now, these two together, if you started feeling like this, I don't know if you feel like this anymore. Not just within minutes, but I mean, they're probably telling me this might have been the theme a little while ago. Maybe some of you are feeling that way now, but this is a great sign for overcoming that feeling of lack, the lack mentality that keeps anyone stuck. If you keep focusing on what it is you don't have, be used to attracting more of that, because whatever you focus on generates. And get rid of the lack mentality. You can do anything you want to do, regardless of income. You just have to have a lot of patience, drive, determination, and a serious will to get it done, and get a little creative. It can happen. 2 more cards. Okay. 2 of coins, weighing something out. I love this card. It's beautifully illustrated. I'm obsessed with the art on every tarot card. I want to hang them all in my place and put them all over my body. This dude with his plume feather cap, he's weighing the options. It's better to have more options than not. There might be some Libras choosing between what's going to bring them success and what isn't. It's funny, I want to apply this to relationships so badly, but there's 2 coin cards here. But I'm not feeling this has to do with money. I feel like this might have to do with this 7th house, 8th house of intimacy. We'll see what else the last card is. Well, we all know who's ruling the roost. It's the Emperor. It's, Libra, this is the card of Aries, which is your polar opposite sign. And the sign of Aries governs your 7th house of relationships. So I feel like you're trying to lead this connection in the right direction to have a victorious energy. These 2 cards. You want success. You want this to work out. For some of you, it's definitely working out because you'll insist upon it. The Emperor will not be made a fool of. So even if it's not working out for Libra, I feel like you're going to force it to because you don't want to be embarrassed. That's such an Emperor vibe for real. Like they'll commit to something just so they don't have to let anyone think that they made a mistake. I don't know if that's the smartest way to live your entire life plan, but sometimes I'm feeling the message is, see this circle? This is huge achievement. And for some Libras, you've got it all. For some of you, I think you're trying to fit a square into this circle. You're trying to make something work and something's missing. And no matter how much you try and how much you go back and forth with it, I don't know if you're going to make it work. See how these horses are going in different directions too in the chariot? It's like you're torn. Is this what I'm supposed to do? You know, you have free will. Only you can make, obviously your choices, and you can always change them. You don't have to worry about what other people are thinking. But there's a lot of ego with the Emperor. He almost does things, he'll do things out of spite too. But this is symbolizing your Aryan energy in that sector that's, really lit up, especially in March and the first half of April. Success can be yours. There's a victory card in the core, a victory card in the center for Libra. Some advice I could give you is to travel, even though Mercury's retrograde, I think a drive can help Libra clear the mind. You rule that mind. Oh, is he holding a sword? Yes, he is. See, this is the card of fire, but look how he's holding that sword. You're the queen and the king of swords, Libra. And there might be a one decision that you need to make. The swords are like making that call. Decide. Decide is to cut into two. To cut into two. And the Emperor just fell off the table. He's like, screw this, I'm out of here. I'm not listening to her forecast. What the hell does she know? You know what? It is what it is. I'm not even going to pick the Emperor off the ground. He's going to have to lay there until my next forecast, because that's how I do. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful, Libra. I love you. I'm wishing you a sweet April. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.